All right. And with that all out of the way, I have two very special guests to introduce who are going to be showing y'all a whole bunch of Mario games in a way that you might not have seen before. Give it up for Skybilz, who's going to be showing off the Super Mario All-Stars Shuffler. Floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. I'm Skybilz, and welcome to the Super Mario Shuffler. I am joined here by Author Blues, who's another shuffler extraordinaire, but a little bit more on the behind the scenes / back end portion of it. Auth, thanks for being here.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
And of course, I just want to give 1 second also to just say, Olivia, you totally slayed that last run. Contra is really difficult. So I just want to say GG's on that. And of course, Jaxler, thank you so much for the warm welcome. I appreciate that. So without further ado, we have a lot of Mario to get through, but at least these are all going to be warps. So I'm going to give a countdown and we can get started. So we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, go.
Best of luck.
Thank you. All right, so while it was on Mario 3, I definitely wanted to see if I could get a start here because Mario 3 tends to be the longest of all of them. Oh, well, there it was.
Change
All right.
places.
Yep. We'll just go right into Mario 1 here. Let's see. And achievement unlocked, did not die to the first Goomba. I did that during Trans Am a couple weeks ago. I'm like, no, I died to the first Goomba.
So for those of you who have never seen a shuffler or not familiar with the term, this is a tool that allows you to basically play multiple games simultaneously. Every handful of seconds, I think Sky's on 30 to 60 seconds. It's random. She doesn't know when it's going to happen, but the game is suddenly going to change to a different game. It's going to keep track of where she left off, so when she goes back to that other game, she'll pick up right where she was, for better or for worse. Usually for worse. And she's going to try and succeed at beating 5 different Mario games here for you today.
Yes, so it's funny. Lately, I've been training for the Mario Shuffler by working on my new Shuffler idea, which is just 3 Castlevania games, because Castlevania games don't really have warps and tend to run a little longer. I've only going with 3 games for that one, but I find the Castlevania Shuffler to be very much more difficult than the Mario ones. But here's the thing about the Mario ones. The Castlevania Shuffler, at least all the controls are very similar throughout, whereas the Mario games, I mean, they all look like they control the same, but they really don't. So let's make sure I don't die to also the first Koopa here, because, again, did a goofy thing with that Koopa shell the other day. And we're going to see Yavi in the first level. Yep, that was on purpose. Off, do you want to tell them about the way in which I strategize on the shuffler while I finish this?
Yeah, so if you have only ever watched, for instance, Super Mario World speedruns, then you might notice that Sky is not going to play the game exactly the way that you'd play it if you were just speedrunning Super Mario World. That's not just because Sky is taking it a little easier, though that's definitely welcome on the shuffler, with the game constantly switching out from under you. Also, a lot of those strategies are for preparing for the very likely scenario where you are swapped to a game and you find yourself immediately over a pit, and you don't respond fast enough in the way that you're supposed to. So for instance, having Yoshi is just a safety net here. So while getting Yoshi isn't necessarily faster, what it does mean is that if she finds herself in a nasty situation, it's kind of a get-out-of-jail-free card. She can take a hit without a problem, she can jump off of Yoshi's back without a problem. A lot of the strategies that you're going to see are going to be based on that idea. So, Super Mario Bros. 3, most speedrunners are not going to choose to get the Tanuki Leaf because it's slower to fly than it is to run. But the leaf is a very versatile tool for staying out of harm's way. And the shuffler really rewards you for playing consistently, not necessarily optimally.
Yeah, it tends to play into my play style where you tend to play more conservative strats, which honestly I kind of like that I finally found a showcase run of sorts where I can really show off my backup strats. And you know what? It's another thing where like if you want to use some of these strats to like learn how to play a game or learn the basics, go for it. Like we all have to start somewhere. You don't have to go like right into world record strats, That's always something I've kind of told folks is like you can pick your own starting point to games. It doesn't have to be full throttle right away. So I'm hoping in doing shuffler runs that folks kind of see that there's more than one different way to show off a video game, especially with this wonderful tool of the shuffler that y'all have, Oth, because again, Oth worked very hard behind the scenes on a lot of what the shuffler can do. And this doesn't even cover the full gambit of what it can do. This is a time shuffler. There's also shufflers where if you take damage, it'll flip back and forth between games. It's rather interesting.
Yeah, so the shuffler has a somewhat long history that predates me. The very first idea for the shuffler was Slow Beef. For those of you who are familiar with Slow Beef, he had conceived of the idea and built a sort of rough script that was improved upon sometime later by Brosentia. He had built his own version of it. And rather than doing the smart thing that any reasonable person would do, which is just add on and contribute to the already wonderful existing projects that are out there, I did the worst possible thing, which was build my own brand new version of it.
I got shufflered.
That happens.
It's all good. It's all good. The key here is like, yeah, that'll happen, but you just don't let it snowball,
Right. Yeah, the hard thing about the shuffler is, you'll watch people play it and you'll see, Mega Man games, you'll see RPGs, you'll see people using the shuffler to do all sorts of things. But in my opinion, the shuffler is at its best with just pretty standard platformers. Mario is, I think, the perfect use case for the shuffler because the most exciting moment in a shuffler is when the game changes to a different game and you are standing over a wide open pit. And where does that happen more often than in Mario games?
Did you see I recovered the Lost Levels one?
Yes.
Couldn't do it for Mario 1, but Lost Levels, sure. Also, I've been talking about conservative strats, but you may say, well, Sky, you didn't grab a power-up for Luigi. There's a reason for that. I find Luigi controls very differently in Lost Levels with and without a power-up, and I've just kind of learned how to control him better without a power-up with the exception of a star. So you'll really not see me grab a power-up for Luigi. Oh, did you know Mario 2 U is also a thing?
Oh, well, we haven't even started that game yet.
No, we have not. No, it's okay.
It is not uncommon to go quite a while before your last game starts.
Oh, very much so, yes. I mean, we haven't seen Super Mario World either much. Yeah, go ahead, Jackson.
I was just gonna say, I thought it would be like an even distribution where it was like, it's maybe a random order, but you have to see each one of these.
No, sweetie, we are not in Tetris bag system.
Oh
here.
no!
We are in the Nestress world. The only guarantee the shuffler makes is that you will not shuffle to the game you're already in. That is it.
And today also, I've kind of given y'all a treat. Sometimes we'll do bid wars for stuff like that. I have given you all the tougher of the two time shufflers that I typically pick. The other one I've done is between 45 and 60, so I at least have 45 seconds of game time. But today, I felt a little more chaotic, so we're doing 30-60 today. Why? Because I like y'all. That's more for you all.
I've seen people turn the shuffle timer pretty far down. One thing that I don't think a lot of people appreciate just watching shufflers, I mean, watching a shuffler is incredibly chaotic, but I think one thing people don't appreciate just watching a shuffler is the mental load. Like, I don't play the shuffler very often because I find it genuinely fatiguing.
It is.
It makes me exhausted. And I've seen people play shufflers with timers like 10 to 20 seconds at swaps, and I think I would just die.
Well, I think 30-60 is really the sweet spot, right? It's enough to create a funny, not enough to, be like, oh my gosh, I can't, process what's going on, which I feel like I would have a difficulty with if it was anything less than 30-60. But if you go greater than 3060, like if you go like 4560, for instance, that's also a great way to, if the shuffler feels intimidating to you and you want to do a slightly lighter setting, that's a good way to do it as well too. I'm always all for like saying like, if you want to try this, but maybe not have this level of intensity, there's ways to fine tune the settings. And that's one of the ways in which I really like how Auth has developed the shuffler. There's so many different settings for it that I feel like there's something for everyone with them.
Yeah, there's a lot of customization. You can really... I mean, it's just meant to be a tool for you to do whatever you want with it. The idea came to me from two people independently. Xandra, those of you who know Xandra Vandra, and Smite, both had separately suggested the damage shuffler, which was a very exciting addition. So like Sky had mentioned, you can play, the current one is just the Mega Man damage shuffler, but people have made shuffler scripts for tons of games, where if you take damage in any of them, it immediately shuffles it to a different game, which is a very fun experience as well.
And there's also different forms of shufflers too, not necessarily all of them developed by Auth. Auth, which one was the one with the Sonic shuffler that I've seen Argic and Huds do before?
So that was not made by me. That one's
Yes.
The Magic Box by Alstair, which is an incredible shuffler. And that one is built to shuffle way faster than mine does. Mine's just a pretty simple script. But that one is definitely like a change to how the emulator works, and it's a very impressive tool. If you've never seen the Sonic Ring Shuffler, it's something.
I thought that was worth mentioning, though, too, that there's also, like, spin-offs and different kinds of shufflers that exist out there. Also, everyone say hi to Toad real quick. I like doing this for marathon runs only. Just to have a little something extra for if you get stranded in the Army, the Navy, or the Air Force and you don't have a power-up. It's not fun. So this is one of the levels that determined why I actually go with the leaf here. So, for example, I'm going to feel a lot more comfortable if this shuffles with a leaf versus not with a leaf, considering the amount of auto death that's possible there. But looks like the Fates had it. We got it through there. Oh, Auth, I just realized this thing shuffled while I had a bomb in my hand.
Yeah. just bad luck.
You're fine.
It's fine. What could possibly go wrong,
Well, hi, Berto. While we're taking care of Berto, you mind if I step in real quick?
Oh, yes, please.
We had a $50 donation come in from Big Head One that says, "To a great cause, trans rights and turtle power."
Oh, heck yeah.
And I want to remind you all as well that we have some bid wars active for a couple of the runs coming up later today. Most significantly, we have a character name incentive for the Fallout Trilogy run, which will happen not after this run, but the run after. And you can make sure that when you donate that you mark either for a character name. I don't know, maybe we should brainstorm some names while we're trying to survive this game. But if you can't come up with a good idea for that, there is also a bid war for the Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 run at the very end of the night for whether or not we save or destroy Seattle. I am not making that up. That is the text I am reading on my computer screen.
Oh, wow.
So if you feel any specific type of way about Seattle, let us know through the donations, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, there was one thing really, really quickly. You may continue to talk after this. I just want to give a mild flash warning here for Mario 3 in particular, as you saw there. So again, if you are prone to any injury or sensitivity via flashing, you may want to look away.
We're back to Super Mario World.
But now we're in Super Mario World, yeah. Anyways, Jaxler, if you had other things, please, by all means. I just want to make sure I delivered that flash.
No, you got it. You timed it perfectly with the end of my thought there. But it actually reminds me, I actually have a question for Auth, because I actually worked on, not shuffler development, but some randomizer development in the Chibi Robo space. I'm curious as to, in terms of like making something like this happen, are you more so working and like on editing like the actual games themselves, or on like the playback software like the emulator or even the console?
When you mean like how does the shuffler itself work?
In terms of like, you know, what you had to do to get things like in the development process, if that makes sense. Like, where did you spend most of your time? Just because I assume it takes a while to make things like this like not explode, right?
So I've made a lot of software that's very complicated, and this is not one of them. This
Really?
is a shockingly simple thing. This is a script that runs in BizHawk, and the entire script, all it does is every now and then it makes a save state, loads a different game, and loads its save state. That's it.
Huh. So
I mean,
what you're saying
as much as I'd love to talk about how genius I am for building such an impressive thing, this is as simple as it gets.
So what you're saying then is, if somebody at home is watching and is like, oh, this looks really cool, but I wish they had it for XYZ game or series, you could do it yourself.
Well, yeah, so the thing about the shuffler script we built was that it's not specifically tied to Mario. You can load whatever games you want into this. It's just any game that runs in BizHawk can be shuffled.
Right.
And BizHawk can support quite a lot, so anything works, really.
I always recommend to folks that want to try the shuffler to, at least for your first one, to try to stay within the same genre. In other words, like if you're doing a platforming shuffler, try to keep every game a platformer. It's not that you can't do it the other way. We've seen people literally do shufflers with hundreds of games, like Get You, Smite, and Lock. But anyways, for your first one, you may want to try to stick within the same genre just for simplicity's sake.
It looks like we hit 5K.
Oh my goodness, you're
Let's
right.
go!
Oh my goodness. And with that, that was brought to us by a $200 anonymous donation that says, "Hey y'all, we just hit $5,000 for Point of Pride. Let's freaking go." Thank you all so much for your generosity. I'm blown away, y'all.
Heck yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Can I just say I love the chants from the chat there, 5K I'm gay. Let's go.
Can we get a I was about to be later on. I was just like, I want to see if we can hit 5K by the end of this run, and lo and behold, let's see if we can get even further, shall we, chat? I believe in y'all. Let's freaking do this.
Yeah,
Alright.
this works with anything that works in BizHawk. I've seen people do some pretty unwise ideas. Someone asked whether or not mixing a shuffler and a randomizer would be a bad idea. I've seen someone drop like 10 A Link to the Past randomizers into the same shuffler and try to untie that knot.
I heard you mid-sentence pause at my block jump.
I've never doubted you for a minute. I don't know.
I don't know. I heard a little bit of hesitation in that voice during your commentary. All right, it was
You
like,
make
oh,
that
she's
level
really
look
going
easy.
for that.
What am I going to be talking about?
If it means anything, I believed in you.
Thank you. I'm just giving off some stuff. Again, thank you everyone for the 5K. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's try to see. Let's make our next goal 5.5, y'all. I think we can get there. Maybe even by the end of this run, if we keep this momentum up, y'all. I'm feel. There's something in the air today.
There's something.
There's something.
I did not like my end of that 8-2 though, but I did a couple of tricks there. So I did do box jump, and I also, of course, the Hammer Brothers are going to give me the business, always. Mario 1 is my weakest game. I always talk about that, and I know that seems kind of funny. It's just the game I've done the least amount of speedrunning / engagement with, so...
Yeah, because I would presume that you start running the game before you... Oh my goodness gracious.
I'm fine. Yabi's fine. We're all fine.
Yabi! I would assume you start, like, playing and running the game before, you know, or, like, running the game a little bit before trying the shuffler.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I only run the games that I'm absolutely... I mean, with the exception of maybe Mario 1, every other game I've ever put in the shuffler, I'm pretty solid at. It's just Mario... I don't want to have all this Mario and not have Mario 1 in there, so it's like,
But
all
to be
right, well...
clear, you don't have to have that experience in order to be able to play it in a shuffler.
Yeah,
But-
free will is real.
Oh, no, absolutely. But I'm saying before I would run it at a marathon, I'd want to have certainty. At least I would personally. It's taken quite a few years and a lot of just Mario practice in general for me to get this marathon ready. And now I'm hopefully maybe at the beginning of 2027, wanting to debut the Castlevania Shuffler at Mini Marathon. So we'll see how that goes.
That just sounds brutal.
It is. Again, it's only 3 games, but it's Castlevania still, and it's in a shuffler.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I couldn't even handle one of them, but I also probably I haven't played a Castlevania game. I probably should, but
Oh, I would highly recommend 3 and 4 at the very least. Probably gonna try out Soten too before the end of the year. Never played Soten before or any of the Metroidvanias. But yeah, not too bad here heading through here again. Mario 3 is the only other thing about this whole thing is the Mario 3 is a little bit of a slog just because of the Okay! Alright, let's get back on track, Luigi, please and thank you. Luigi is very for folks who haven't played Luigi in Lost Levels, love his jump very, very much on ice skates, pretty much most. Oh, I missed an input. I can't even blame the shuffler on that one. William scared me there. Oh, I got the midway though. There we go. Redemption, let's go. But if you have any other questions, Jaxler, feel free to let me know.
I had another one. So when it comes to like doing these shuffler runs, obviously, the game will kind of freeze after you swap over. Are you keeping track in your head of like positions or like where things were left off, or are you just more so reacting once the swap happens?
I'm reacting once the swap happens. I do it very differently in the Castlevania one, though. The Castlevania one I have to kind of keep track of. Sorry. Bullet William is not being very nice to me today.
We're just going for the full government. Okay.
Yeah, except I might need to redo World 8, which is fine. Again, it's 2 levels.
That's one of the downsides to SMB1 is that it's a much simpler game, but I do think it's a little bit mean that in All-Stars, at least, if you game over in World 8, you have to start over all of World 8, so...
Oh.
But yeah, I don't keep track of anything like that, honestly. With Castlevania, I have to, though, because there's sub-weapons involved with it, so I have to be like, okay, well, I'm about to approach this level in this boss. What is my sub-weapon strategy? And you have to know where, like, all your sub-weapon stuff is. So it's a little different with that. The upside of the Castlevania Shuffler is if you're just dead, you're dead. You can't change direction like some of the Mario stuff. Like, you have to be committed to every single jump there. But, honestly, the best way to approach the Mario Shuffler is just empty head, no thoughts, just kind of go on instinct. A lot of this I'm going off of is muscle memory anyways. Just years and years and years of just being used to seeing this game in all kinds of different forms. Honestly, one of the toughest parts is just being in an auto-scroller and then getting bored and wondering, oh, what was my last input there? That's not good, considering I just goof off sometimes like this. I never even asked you this. Do you plan on running anything regularly in a shuffler?
What do you mean?
Like, do you plan on ever putting together, like, a shuffler for a marathon run like I do, or is that just something you'd rather spectate?
I'm happy to spectate.
I don't blame you. Like you were saying, it just seems like so exhausting having to be ready.
It is.
Those like when like I don't know, like someone's working on like your what is it? Like your air filter or something like that in your house, and they give you a window of like, yeah, we'll be here anytime from like 8 a.m. to like 2 p.m. and it's just like you feel like captured by the existence of the uncertainty.
Jaxer, that might be the best comparison of a shuffler run I've ever heard of, personally. I'm kind of impressed.
Thank you. Look, I did just have my water softener replaced, so it is a little fresh in my head. It exploded, but...
Did you see I found the pixel on the wall to wall jump off of there in 4-4? Also, that was the first try 4-4. That's a really hard level even in a regular speed run. Yeah. So, yeah, that was a great 4-4. And yet here I am riding the struggle bus in Mario 1.
I mean, if Mario 1's the one that's going to go a little bit pear-shaped, it's probably better that than a game where you stand to lose a lot more time.
Yeah, like Mario 3 is one you want to be solid in because you could lose a lot of time in that. Mario World, you don't get as many saves. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna pretend I was goofing off there. I didn't know what I was doing, but I'm just gonna pretend I was goofing off there. You know, that was a little sketchy. All right, so a little bit here about playing this in the All-Stars version. I'm actually going to be doing something a little bit different than I'm doing in the NES version. I am much better at certain stages in Mario 2 than others, so we're going to be menuing back to certain levels here. So we're going to be using this and going back to World 5. Oh, never mind. I guess we're going back to Lost Levels right now. It's just so funny. Huh?
I was just gonna say, I love Luigi's like smile for all like the 10 frames that you saw it there when he faced the camera.
Yeah.
Just a little guy.
Oh, Luigi's wonderful. I mean, a lot of people don't like playing as him in Lost Levels, but I always compare playing as Mario in Lost Levels as to, like, it feels like you have lead in your pants, basically. Like, you are not moving anywhere as Mario, whereas Luigi, I feel you have a lot more freedom. You have a lot, the routes are more interesting that you can take as Luigi. A lot of Mario 3 this time around. I always said Mario 3 is one of the slower games, but Mario 3 over and over. Where's Mario World? We have so much Mario World to do.
Yeah.
We're just be playing a lot of Mario World at the end of this.
While we're finishing up this boss here, we had some love come in from the donations, if you'd like me to share.
Oh, please and thank you.
Yeah, so we had a $5 donation from Neon Gray that says, 5K, I'm gay, with commas between all of those. I see what you did there. Well played. And then we had a $10 anonymous donation that reads, I have been known to enjoy Seattle. And for those who are wondering what that might be referring to, that refers to a bid war that is going to be happening at the very end of tonight's schedule for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 for a bid war between saving or destroying Seattle, I assume, at the end of the game. And I saw our runner Astrid in chat, so if I am wrong, Astrid, feel free to correct me. But not only is that open, we also have an open character name incentive open. So with your donation, you can choose what we name our Fallout character for the Fallout trilogy, which is going to be really, really sick. So actually, good question for the both of y'all. If you had your pick of what we could name the protagonist in the Fallout trilogy, what would it be? Or what do you think would be the funniest?
I mean, honestly, I would commemorate the 5K I'm gay, but that's just me.
That is a very good idea.
How about you, Off?
I don't know, that's tough. Wait, what game is this? Oh, this is you exiting out.
Yeah, this is me going back to World 3 so I can go to World 5. You know, I suddenly found out why this felt a little faster at Trans Am Off. I was using an already, like, to World 7 file, so I just skipped this entire stage at Trans Am.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit strange that we had missed this stage.
It's alright, you know. This is literally all we missed.
I can't believe we cheated.
It was just a little bit. Just a little bit. Nothing wrong with doing a crime here and there, you know? That was a really awkward frame to get that on. That's alright. Well, it'll be fine.
That'll be a special treat for us later.
Yes, it most certainly will be, because I don't know what input was put in there considering what happened with Luigi. But yeah, Lost Levels is actually doing pretty well so far. It's been pretty smooth. We're going to go to 5-2. 5-2 will take us to World 8. We might end up finishing Lost Levels first if we keep getting it at this pace, which would be hilarious.
What game in your on average do you think typically finishes it first? Is it like SMB1 or Lost Levels?
It's one of the twos. It's either SMB2U or it's this one. I just feel
Interesting.
like I'm better at the twos. Well, I also have spent the most time with Lost Levels out of all these games. By a county mile. I actually used to do speedruns of any percent D4. I still might even have a top 10 time for Luigi in that, because Mario and Luigi are separate for routing reasons. Oh, see, no, I just made that look like nothing off. Why can't I just do that well the first time, you know?
Yeah, why don't you just do that every time?
We'll just do that every time.
Was that a reverse pole grab? Is that what I witnessed? That was
yeah. Well, I don't know how to bullet bill glitch, so I gotta make that look fancy somehow, you know?
Exactly. You gotta swag out for the marathon, you know?
But yeah, that being said, we are doing all the levels here for Power Up with Pride, where we're not cheating on this one. So we did do the level there. Now we're in 5-1. 5-1. Now, a lot of people would say, Sky, you said you were going to do easier levels. Yeah, well, this is still easier than 6-2, believe it or not, even on the shuffler. At least for me. 6-2 has a lot of speed tech in it that I would not wish on anybody.
Have an extra life.
Yep. And again, this goes back to us saying that, you know, some games are far more punishing, like Mario 1, for instance. So did I just soft lock there?
No, you'll be able to crouch.
Okay.
Jump out of there.
It felt really awkward when it paused. So I was like, oh, I hope that's not a soft lock. That's another.
If you're stuck under the mushroom block, you can crouch and spam jump.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know if I've done that before. Yeah, speed tech in general is
every hand.
I'm gonna say Mr. Cab's watching. This is all Mr. Cab 55's fault. Oh, I don't like where that ended up. I do not. And I repeat,
the good news, you might get an opportunity to skip that hand.
I thought you were gonna make a joke about me getting forehand. Oh, goodness gracious me. All right, y'all. And if you didn't know what the hardest part about the shuffler is, it's doing it without cursing. Heck.
All rats.
All right, so here, Oh, who defied death that time? That's right. I defied death that time. Well, let's hope we don't get the 1 out of 16 all 3 hands.
Make it look too easy, Sky. People are gonna think that this is easy.
No, I came over to Mario 1 and no, I got the 1 out of 16. No. Boo. Boo. Well, if you feel bad for my luck, consider making a donation.
Well, I have great news because it seems like a bunch of people have donated in advance to offset some of that.
Great.
We had a $50 donation come in from Eli that says, "How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?" Not as much as Sky can, that's for sure. Oh, shout out to everybody here and queer. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Eli. Appreciate
that. We also had a $54 anonymous donation that just says trans rights.
Trans rights.
We also had $10 from The Agent Zero, who will actually be hosting later tonight. Had to shout out the mother of Pride, Marsha P. Johnson. Pride was a riot, and here's my take. Respect trans rights or expect trans fights. Abso-freaking-lutely. Y'all, can I get some trans rights love going in the chat right now?
If you have them, Sky Chat, Sky TR, we got them. Trans rights are the rat gives bites. All right, so that one wasn't too bad. I always typically get that mushroom there at the end anyways. For a second there, I thought it was supposed to use Peach, and then I'm like, wait, no, I'm in the 5s. This is not the 3s. Oh, well, there's Luigi again.
Been a while.
Yep. So here's the thing, too. Here's a good indicator as well. I said that each game controlled kind of differently. And that's... I thought the platform was going to be there. Sometimes it's there. Sometimes it just barely didn't spawn yet. I like doing that at least once to see if I get it, because the checkpoint's right here anyways. So if you want to do that and have the sure thing, you just do that. But every now and then I like to do the fancy thing. But yeah, we tried. So we just do the safe way instead. But again, if you want to try lost levels, always love to see especially more Luigi runners. I feel like Luigi just does not get enough love in the Mario world. And there we go. We're already at 8-1. Oh, no, never mind. We are at 8-3. Okay. No. Those Hammer Brothers are the champions of the Mario realm so far. Okay. Yes. Okay. All right, Oth.
I really want her. It's to the left.
Thank you.
This guy really wants her fire flower.
I do. Somebody was talking also about like how hard can it be to and not now like obvious way, but someone was like, yeah, you really want to pick and choose your speed strats. We were talking about like what speed strats were plausible in the shuffler, and yeah, I would say only do the ones you feel comfortable with doing, especially if it's something you can do within 30 to 60 seconds. Go for it, especially if you're on the front end of it, because it can't shuffle before 30 seconds if 30 seconds is the low part of that. Which also, by the way, Oth, you see how quickly I got back to 8-3 and now 8-4?
Making it look easy. People are gonna think that this is easy.
I believe that folks can do whatever they want to do, and you know what? I encourage folks to give this a try. It's pretty neat.
So, Sky, I know you said you mentioned, like, I don't keep track of where the game paused, but do you keep track of, like, maybe, like, in your head of, like, that, because you know it's a 30, like, at least a 30-second minimum per shuffle? Are you keeping track of that in the background?
I just know that approximately for, like, I give myself about 20 to 25 seconds, and maybe it's just from, it's more of a feel thing than anything. Yeah. Sure. It depends, and again, it's more prevalent in the Vania Shuffler, because I do have to pause buffer in a few spots there. But yeah, no, I absolutely keep track of at least the first 20 to 30 seconds. If it seems like at any point it's going to shuffle after that, I tend to try to stay over solid ground if I can. But that doesn't mean I always play it safe. Sometimes I do a little bit of a gamble. That's why you'll see me over pit when it shuffles, because it's like, I gambled and lost. That's okay. That's part of the entertainment value. So like right here, for instance, I know I'm towards the end of a shuffling cycle here. See? See? It's a feel thing.
There's definitely a notion of when you shuffle, you know you have some safety for a little bit. And so there is a bit of strategic back and forth of, okay, I'm willing to do my risky strats right now, but if 30 seconds have hit, and I know it could shuffle at any time, I might play a little safer for the second half of this shuffle, just in case I find myself in a bad spot. Also, I can't speak for Sky, but for myself, while I don't keep track of where every single game is, if an individual game is, like, in a nasty spot, like, I shuffle and I'm just a few steps away from falling into a pit, I may keep track of that in my head.
I'm sorry, that was really funny!
No,
That was so clutch.
I can't say it's ever shuffled there before, Oth.
Yeah. Always something new.
It is. That's what I love about it. It's never the same run twice, you know? Sometimes you'll find yourself in an entirely new scenario. I mean, I've been doing the Mario Shuffler for marathons for years at this point. Never seen anything like that happen before, where I get caught in the one part between all the... They look like ladybugs to me. I don't know what they actually are, but...
They might be.
They look like ladybugs to me.
One thing I will say, just because it's relevant to this, is that the shuffler I built for BizHawk has the ability to add plugins. That's how the Mega Man Damage Shuffler works. Is it's basically just a plugin for it. But one of the plugins actually will put a display on screen telling you when it's going to shuffle, like warning you. If this feels like it's a little bit too chaotic and too difficult, you can do that to make it a little bit easier for yourself.
I think in terms of like, and again, it's all about how you play the game, right? So like for the Mario Shuffler, at least for myself, now again, I may sound like I'm a little full of myself here. I feel like the damage shuffler for a Mario Shuffler for me would be a little lost because as you see, like I get hit sometimes, but I feel like I get way more shuffles from time versus damage, for instance. If that makes sense.
Sure.
Whereas something for like when folks were talking about Mega Man Shuffler earlier, like with what Smite does, yeah. I mean, there's just a lot of things trying to hit you on a Mega Man Shuffler, so that makes more sense to me to do a damage shuffler for.
Guy, would you mind if I... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
We had a couple of donations come in. We have a $25 donation from Prof. Ness with no comment. Thank you so much for contributing, as well as $11.11 from Alice Rajasu, who says, I'm an East Coast girl. Who needs Seattle?
Okay, that's good, though.
And that is referring to an active bid war that we have going on, which is our Save versus Destroy Seattle for the Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 run at the very end of our schedule tonight. So currently, I believe, I want to say this. Oh wow, it is extremely close. Destroy Seattle is in the lead by about $11. It's 111 to 110. It is neck and neck. So if you want to make sure that Seattle remains on the map of North America, then get your donations in. I also want to update you all on some of the names that people have been donating for our Fallout Trilogy character name incentive. Currently in the lead at $100 is Go Birds, which I think is awesome. And then in second place right now is Gay, followed by Marsha and Oops with an exclamation point. So,
ooh, I like that.
So if you all have a preference for one of those names or have an even funnier or more clever idea, go ahead and hit exclamation point donate in the chat and there will be a link, and make sure that you tag your donation and click the selection for what incentive you want to put it towards. Sky, how are we doing? We're on
Not
SMB3.
too bad. I thought I was gonna finish Mario 1 and then my like the top of my hat got hit. I'll put it that way. Heck, that's all right. Pretty well overall though. I did Air Force in one try, which is always a great thing. Because Air Force can have some pretty sketchy spots. Okay, all right, come on, Mario. We can do this. Come on, give me some bullets. Come on, William. William, for the love of all that's everything. All right, so this doesn't happen too often, but let's do that. Oh, that's not good. Why? No! I'm upset about that! Aw.
Sometimes punished.
Oh, Birdo, why?
The thing I love about so many of these moments is that it's delayed gratification, but like the negative version of that.
Oh, yes.
Because you know you're doomed, but you have to wait to resolve that doom.
Yep.
Until whenever it decides to swap over.
There you go. Thank you, Toad. Thanks for the pickup, buddy. All right, now we're actually almost done with this game as well, too. This is definitely coming together. We have a warp from here, and we're gonna go to World 7. Oh, we're back to this business. Okay. Still think this might be my first game I finish. And this time I will not jump in the hole. I jumped in the hole, unfortunately, here, thinking I can always make this jump when I just can't. So I have to make sure I get those blocks.
Well, fortunately, with lost levels, even if you were to game over here, though I'm not manifesting that, you get to continue from this level, so we can't lose any progress.
Nope. Lost levels is great like that. So I'm still gonna, beans, do full strategies here with lost levels. God, just the bad part of the ceiling there, it feels like. I know this is gonna flip soon. Hey!
You will?
Oh no!
They said it couldn't be done, but she lived.
I did it!
Oh no. I feel like you have 2 games in the shuffler now that are just grenades with the pin pulled out.
Hey,
And you're just waiting for them to blow.
I did the Mario 3, all right? That was the one I cared about.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I know, this run's always funny. No matter how it goes, it's always funny. I like how Oz said too, I'm not manifesting a game over in Lost Levels and I die right after. Truth be told, one of the first times I did this in a marathon, Oz told me I wasn't dying enough, and then I snowballed into a bunch of deaths.
I know what I'm talking about.
Do you?
You gotta give the people what they want.
And what,
Do
and
you?
Oz, what do the people want? Heck,
They want to see some drama.
they want to see some drama, I see. All right, Mario, come on.
I feel like it's been forever since we've seen Mario World, and
And we have so much of it to do, yes, because of
Yeah.
the incentives. Yes, I'm
because
like,
of the
come on!
incentive. And once again, thank you all for just the amazing
Mhm.
generosity to even have that met in the first place. So yeah, we're gonna be seeing 11 Exit and the special world.
Yeah. So the category of this, by the way, now you don't defeat Bowser in the old category, but this is actually, I thought about the Special World incentive through an old school category called Beat Special World. So that's where that comes from. Very old category. I don't even think it gets run anymore.
And that's surprising because boatloads of people run this game. So, oh,
I saw that. There was no salvaging that. There was no salvaging that nonsense. There we go. That's what I meant to do earlier, about like 2 attempts back. I just find it easier and more efficient to do that way. So the shuffler has definitely chosen extra pain today. Ideally, you do want to get some games knocked out of the shuffler because, you know, it just makes everything else a little bit easier. But I feel like we're getting a little bit of everything at once here, Oth, and it's resulting in a lot of end game play just everywhere.
Gotta give the people what they want.
Yeah, yep. Alright, so I wasn't able to get the strat done there just because, again, we got shuffled out of it, but it's all good. We're gonna do this. Alright, this fish, though. Actually, you know what? That worked out. We'll take it. SMW is warps. Everything is warps. Yeah.
if we weren't allowed to use warps in SMW, I think that would take the rest of the marathon. I don't know. I don't remember how long it is.
Oh,
but...
with the shuffler, shuffler with how long did it take me last time? I did. Oh heck. I did not even see where that is. I'm blaming this game over on you in Lost Levels.
I'm comfortable with that.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Like I said, though, I do get to resume at the beginning of here, so in a way, Lost Levels is merciful, but don't expect that to happen on the Famicom version. Alright, unfortunately, I had to take this direction because I was a little slow there. That was after a beautiful reverse L jump, too, which I do not enjoy doing in Mario games. You have to do that in a couple different spots in 2D Mario games. I do not like where this is timed. You know what?
Actually, that was... I mean, going
I'll
down the
take
pipe
it.
would have been even better, but that is a safe spot to shuffle.
Yeah, we take those. We take those. So hopefully, this time the Hammer Brothers a little nice. There is a trick you can do with it, but I've been having the hardest time in All-Stars with that strategy lately, so... Are y'all trying to save Seattle again?
I think Saving Seattle is still currently in the lead. Let me double check that real quick.
Yeah, I'm curious about it now. Yeah.
Let's take a look. Refresh the page. Currently, Destroying Seattle is still in the lead by about $11, so it is still a very, very tight race.
Ooh.
And we will have basically all night for that to go back and forth. So I'm very excited to see where that'll land by the end of this. And just so you all know, we are raising money for a Point of Pride. And if you don't know who they are a trans-led 501c nonprofit organization that specializes in different forms of direct support to trans and LBGT people, such as providing HRT access to trans individuals who couldn't afford it otherwise. So your donations are having a real-world impact on directly towards real people in our community. So if you're interested in supporting us, you can go ahead and click on that link. I believe it just got hit with the exclamation point donate. And with your donations, you can also determine the fate of Seattle, or the name of our character for the Fallout Trilogy run that'll be coming up a little bit later.
Yeah, I'm also curious to see how that resolves.
Yeah, Go Birds is still currently in the lead by a pretty big bit, so if anyone wants Gay to take the lead, we're gonna need some momentum on that one. But I believe in y'all. We've been just having just the most incredible time with y'all's generosity. It's just been so fun. So I want to see some funny names. Personally, but
I just had the biggest brain fart during that. When it shuffled back to Luigi, I did not for the life of me know what world I was in for a second there. Can't say I've ever had that happen. Because there's so many worlds that begin with like, oh, you're just in this generic underworld thing, and I guess it just doesn't shuffle there often for me. Alright, we're finally on the Star Road! We finally got enough Super Mario World to get here.
Here we go, finally.
Just what Oth wants to see, more Super Mario World.
I love Super Mario World.
I know you do.
I
That's
love
why you
video
have your
games.
Oth good game emote.
I love video games. I wish they were real.
One day.
Someday.
One day we're gonna do it, Jaxler. We're gonna make them real.
Holy cow.
Alright.
If you die in the video game, then you'll die in real life.
Oh, I
The
hope
prophecy
not.
will be fulfilled.
I'd prefer not to, you
Well,
know?
obviously me too, but
Oh, come on! That was like the baby toad! Now! Oh no, Oth, this Hammer Brother is griefing me again.
He is.
It's the end boss. It's not Bowser. It's totally this Hammer Brother.
It is the meanest Hammer Brother in the game, for sure.
I feel like they're mean in like every Mario game, just ever.
They are extra mean in SMB1 and Lost Levels. They're like Hammer Bros are a real problem.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, we got a little guy.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna definitely take this Yoshi with us. We're gonna be keeping, because you all donated for such a wonderful cause, we're gonna get to see a lot more of this Yoshi than we usually would. Oh, Oth, I accidentally didn't take the normal exit this time either. I did that in Trans Am. I took the normal exit for this.
A lot of extra exits happening.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, alright, we'll wait. Alright. Okay, Luigi didn't know if he wanted to stay on the Albatos. But he stayed. There's a lot of skips in this stage. 7-1 is a pain in the butt until you know these skips. And I advise that everyone learns these skips. They're not too bad. They're a lot of fun, actually, with Luigi. It's like, here, you gotta wait till the snippet's at the apex of the jump. Oh, nope, but I actually gotta, I actually gotta jump properly. Let's try that again. There we go. Yeah, it's a pain to go under there, so always a fan of that skip in particular for this stage. Well, it's definitely going to be a competition here. I don't think I've had this many games left on the end game as I have right here. It's definitely going to be more interesting than usual. And that's going to mean more fun for everyone involved. Usually I'm a game or two in by the time I get to Special Worlds. And again, big shout outs and love for everyone who's donated for this marathon so far, especially towards this incentive in particular, so we can see Special Worlds, we can see Super Mario World. Alright, I'm definitely improvising a little bit. For better or for worse, there's some improvising going on. follow Blue Yoshi. So again, you always want to. Oh, sure, go ahead.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. So I was just gonna give you all a quick Seattle update.
Yes.
We had a $25 anonymous donation come in with no comment, but that donation is going towards extending the lead for destroying Seattle to a $36 lead. So for our I almost said Castlevania Bloodlines. Wrong Bloodlines. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 later tonight. We have an incentive, or bid war, for whether or not we are going to save or destroy Seattle. And I got a little birdie told me, aka a message from the runner that I saw in chat earlier. Apparently it is faster in the speedrun to save Seattle.
Oh.
So if you want the optimal speedrun time for Astrid so that she can go to bed a little bit faster, make sure you get your donations in to keep that more competitive, y'all. It's gonna be neck and neck all night, and I can't wait to see. Do you want speed, or do you want to do the funniest thing possible?
Okay, I wasn't sure if Birdo's hit points would have reset there.
You would have had to go a little bit more off screen, but yeah.
That's a thing that can happen in Mario to you. Alright, I'm going with Luigi this time. A lot of the time I like going with Toad, but I think for the sake of heck, what's going on in Mario 1, I think going with Luigi here, so I'm not trying to chain jump for too long. Oh, by the way, you remember Mario 3? I remember Mario 3.
Been a while.
Alright, so we're almost done with this. We got 3 stages left in Mario 3. We're on the final stage in Mario... We're on the final stage in almost every game except for Mario World, where we normally would be, but we're going to Special first for the incentive.
I'm sorry, I just looked over at chat for when I was talking about the Seattle situation, and somebody just typed save the polycules, and it took everything in my power to not burst out.
I see.
It's apparently a 4-minute differential, and people are saying, oh, but that means 4 more minutes of our runner Astrid as well, who I will tell you what is very, very passionate about the Vampire the Masquerade and World of Darkness franchises. So, it's a compelling argument, I cannot lie.
Mm-hmm. What an awkward night of Mario where I'm having issues with Mario 1, but I've gotten carpet jump, box jump, and door skip.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a very real thing that's going on with me. In other words, I've been pulling off all of these really fancy tricks, but the final level of Mario 1's just giving me the business. Alright, can we please? Can we just one time?
Cat, we need your energy.
I don't trust myself right now, that's the problem. I'm trying to see if there's like a tell here or something. I am trying to remember how I deal with this if I don't have the fire flower.
Yeah,
My
I mean, he
mind.
jumps on a timer, so you have to just anticipate it a little bit.
Yeah. That's the second time that one landed on me. Mario 1, why are you doing this to me today? This does happen sometimes where I just rock every game but Mario 1 and it just sticks out like this. I'm like, no, don't do this to me today. There we go. Oh, look at that! I mean, what do you get? 8 frames as Luigi, but I still take it.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. It's that kind of run where, again, all the tricks are just lining up really nicely.
Okay, which of these games would you say took you sort of like the most effort or the most like time spent to sort of learn what you needed to do for like runs or, you know, to feel comfortable throwing them into your shufflers?
Well, for the shuffler in particular, Lost Levels does need the most love and practice behind it. But in terms of like regular speedruns to give it that experience, Mario 3 takes such a long time to perfect. Not necessarily the levels of Mario 3 I'm doing, but if I were to do the warpless version, Mario 3 definitely takes a lot of effort to get right. This game's just like, the shuffler's just like, can you please finish Mario 3? And I'm like, I'm trying. I'm trying to do the thing. Yeah, if you don't anticipate this final Hammer Brother, if you're doing the strat I'm doing, like you can't be too safe with it, basically, is what I'm saying. You have to just do the thing. All right. Thank you. Hey!
There
it's
we
still
go.
There
working.
we go!
That
One
game
game done after 58 minutes.
That game did not deserve to end first. I just want to say all my other games have been so clean. It's just, this is what the shuffler has dealt me. I'm just glad I didn't have to do World 8 again. It's cool, it's cool. All right, these are the levels you donated for, y'all, so thank you again.
She's right though. This, like I mentioned earlier, there's no bag system, so it's not evenly distributed. The games are truly random what order they appear in, and it's usually the case that relatively early on in the run you'll knock out a game or two, and then the longer ones kind of stick around for a while. It is uncharacteristic that it took us this long to have our first clear.
And it shouldn't have been Mario 1, because it's the game I've been playing the, we'll call it dirtiest, least clean, however you want to put it. I mean, look at this. Mario 3's been going along swimmingly, you know? But it's also, it's a toss-up between this and Lost Levels, which game I've spent more with. Recently Lost Levels, but I've put in probably between 5 and 10,000 attempts on Warpless back when I used to run it.
Oh, smokes. That's
Yeah.
a lot of attempts.
Lost Levels probably had about 2,000 back when I ran the category for that. All right, here we go. We're going to be fighting Wart now. You know, the most known Mario boss. Although, made that appearance in the movie recently. Alright, 6 hits on Wart. It's kind of uncharacteristic for Nintendo to have a final boss that takes 6 hits.
I never made this connection until now, but the Wart design in this game reminds me of like a very specific like Digimon that like is a frog with like these like horns in the back. I don't know why that connection just happened now, but I had to get it out of my system. I don't know.
No, I understand entirely. Oh, think I took a hit there on the anticipate.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Please, someone knows what I'm talking about, right? Totally.
I kind of do. I kind of do.
I need to look this up now.
That's fine though. I'm just gonna change out to Toad now for that fight.
Oh, it's Geckomon. That's his name. Okay.
Oh, look at that, Oth. That's just
Wait.
gorgeous. All right, now we're finding the big Luigi.
All right, here's our boss.
Hi, Bruce. Bye, Bruce.
All right, that wasn't our boss.
Shout outs to I Eat Your Pie in this room. Oh, that was actually a good spot for a shuffle there. For Lost Levels, at least. All right, so now we have Toad. Toad is much better at throwing vegetables where they need to go. Toad's just gonna take all of Luigi's credit here, but that's okay. We gotta give Toad some love too.
This is a surprisingly tricky fight if you've not played enough of this game. The real hard part here is that you can only hit him when his mouth is open, but when his mouth is open, he's spitting out bubbles, and if you hit the bubble with a vegetable, the vegetable disappears. So, like, getting a hit in can be quite tricky.
I'm
So-
interested. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Jackson.
I was just gonna say, so what you're saying is that when I was little, if I just blew bubbles at the dinner table, I wouldn't have had to eat my veggies?
That's exactly right.
Is that what I'm
That's exactly
understanding?
correct.
I'm
It would have prevented green bell peppers and onions specifically, but and tomatoes.
Oh, green beans are unaffected? That's really unfortunate.
Green beans are unaffected, sadly.
Okay, well, you got my hopes up, but it is what it is.
So if you want to learn a speed strat, now I haven't been doing it properly. Just hug the right-hand side of the screen if you have fireballs, and just make sure you jump over stuff before they start shooting. It's a funny strat. A lot more Mario 3 than usual, though, which is kind of nice. Oh! Okay. Sure. I thought I was going to get hit there. Alright. Hopefully we get a generous shuffle. Oh, that's fine. Yep, there we go.
I think that's the last one.
Okay.
Alright, and that's SMB2 done.
And I don't have any momentum. Fly, Yoshi! Oh, if I don't have any momentum.
Yeah, that's a rough deal.
That's okay. That's all right. Look at that. Never a doubt in my mind.
I had a few.
You had a few? Okay. Alright, it's time for Lost Levels to be over. That's fine. That's why we grabbed the mushroom. Alright. That's Lost Levels over. I think it's just this and 3.
Wow, we're making pretty good headway.
Yep, that's because everything was at the end at the exact same time, which is
That's
hilarious.
right.
Oh, I looked away for a second. Did we just clear
We cleared Lost Levels. Yep.
Okay.
Because we were right at the end of Lost Levels, like right at the end.
So correct my assumption if I'm wrong. As like you eliminate games from the pool, I assume that makes it like easier on the mental stack in a way because you have less games to keep track
For
of,
sure.
right?
Yes, for
by a lot,
sure. Yeah.
Because like at this point now she knows that sure it can still shuffle, but it's going to shuffle specifically to SMB3.
And then SMB3, I'm in Bowser's Castle. Well, about to enter Bowser's Castle. All right, let's see if I can get Fire Flower up here. Yes, I would like to ideally get Mario 3 done before Mario World. That would be nice. But it'll
You're gonna have to
depend
put
on
something
the
back in the
shuffles.
pool if Mario World's the only one left.
Hang on. What? Oh, sorry. What? What? You just phased through that.
Yeah,
you know
Oh
what?
yeah,
that's
that's
the
just
every
a
clip.
clip. That's a
the every clip.
standard SMB3 clip. Everyone knows that clip, Jaxler.
That's the
Oh,
every
okay.
clip.
Look, I'm sorry. I grew up with like the GBA port of SM. No!
I'll be fine. Just gotta do the rougher strat. No! Alright, let's see if we can do this off.
I believe.
It's been a long time since I've done this. And I've never done this inside of a shuffler before. I knew that was gonna
How hard could
happen.
it be? If you pull this off.
Okay.
In a shuffler, that's gonna be really hard, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah. You are well positioned to be able to salvage that, but in a shuffler.
It would be hilarious. It would be the biggest feat I've ever pulled off in a shuffler, if I can make that work. It is possible.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There is a small, minuscule chance, yes. Nope. If I didn't have
well, there
momentum,
went our chance.
if I didn't have momentum, I would have been able to do that. So Oz
fastest
wants
pace
me to
is
put a game back
Star
in the
World
pool
1.
after Mario 3, huh?
So
at least
fastest
until
pace is
special's
Star
over.
World 1 and the Blue Yoshi is in Star World 2.
I'm just gonna go to DP. It's much
Alright.
easier on a shuffler to do that.
While we're headed there, can I read a very funny donation that we just had
Sure.
come in?
Sure.
Yeah.
We just received $100 for Point of Pride from City of Seattle that just says "Bring it," and that's going towards saving Seattle. And let me double check how that bid war is going. All right, so that is actually going to swing it back in Save Seattle's favor. So Save Seattle is in the lead, 210 to 136, and that is going towards our Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 run at the very end of the night. Thank you so much for your donation, and sometimes people are just so good at making really funny donation names and comments, and it just brings me so much joy. Thank you for that gift.
So Oz wants me
You
to
can
keep
roll
the game.
solo in Super Mario World. I was just teasing you.
Okay. Yeah, it's just the way the shuffler turns out, you know?
Yeah. So now, it's Super Mario World.
Yep.
I love that game.
You've heard of this one?
We're going to consider this lucky that this was my last one, because it's not always that way. I really wanted to recover that so badly. It's just, I had too much momentum. And
It was
not
about to be
invested.
pretty clutch.
It was. You know I can do that recovery, too. I've done that
you don't have to
before.
convince me, alright?
Oh gosh, y'all and your bubsies. You're gonna ask for Wizard of Oz next.
I think
What's
for the mental health of our runner, we should avoid Bubsy as much as possible. You know
I mean,
what
I've played Bubsy with the shuffler before. It's
Oh, I'm
not like
sorry.
You should be.
I'm not saying it's great, but you know.
So
No,
now that the game's not constantly shuffling out from underneath her, Sky's gonna show off all of the top level strats in
No, don't you dare volunteer me for that. No. Let me enjoy
She's
this
about to be
wonderful
going
lap.
pretty fast.
Oth or blues. No. I'm not doing
I got
awesome
3
boss kill. Honestly, other than my Mario 1, I'm pretty happy with this run overall.
Yeah, it feels like you just like there's been like a couple moments where it's just like, oh, I got shufflered, but like I've just been like impressed by to me what's impressive is just the how like it's one thing to know all of the details in like just one game, but when you're juggling 5, that's just super impressive to me.
That was the furthest I've had to juggle 5 games. Let me get another shell. Otherwise, this is going to get messy really quickly.
Yeah, so I'm curious, what does prepping for an event like this look like for a shuffler? Do you like just practice shuffle runs, or do you take time to practice games individually if like you're struggling somewhere?
I play more difficult shufflers. So like I've been playing the Castlevania shuffler to help me prep for this so I don't get like kind of in this like autopilot sense, because the minute you go into autopilot on a shuffler, that's when you're gonna start dying.
Yeah.
And if I keep doing that with the Mario shuffler, I'm gonna be like, oh gosh, yeah, I know what I'm doing here. But like I've been using the Castlevania shuffler to prep for Mario shuffler runs for a while.
Yeah, it's kind of like what baseball players, they'll put that weight on their bat when they warm up their swing, so that when they start taking swings, you get home runs. That totally makes sense.
Yeah, for me, I mean, nothing against the Mario shuffler, but you know, I've been doing the Mario 2D saga for forever and a day, so it's just, you know, another day at the office for me, so to speak. But you start mixing in some games that I struggle a little more with. It's good for me to have that.
Well, I mean, when you've been doing it for long enough, I assume that you just kind of settle into a rhythm a little bit, and sometimes this is a thing that is the opposite of rhythm.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And most of the time, I'll still have a game left over by the time I get to the Special World stage, but, you know, you get a bunch of stuff right there in the end game, And it's like, oh, come on, game, I have P speed. This is like the hardest spot to get P speed on, or one of the harder ones. There we go. Oth, I still got it. Sometimes it takes
You
a
got there
little
eventually.
while. I did.
But are you prepared for when the lag kicks in?
No, absolutely not. That was good once I got in the air. So I think another layer of this, quite honestly, which would be hilarious, but you can't control it, would be to like maybe start doing a Mario randomizer with a shuffler. So like you can randomize Mario World and Mario 3, and that is something I would consider doing down the road. Is to incorporate, Oth actually worked on the SMW shuffle, on the randomizer as well. And I feel like that might be a good way to spice up parts of this. And again, maybe with the Mario 3 shuffler, we also wouldn't end up with World 8 being World Auto-Scrollers. So that might be a way to kind of spice this up going forward. I think that might be what's next for the Mario shuffler after enough people have seen this. And I don't know if I would put the difficulty all the way up on either shuffler, but it would still be fun to see something different.
What would the randomizer components add? Does it, because I'm mostly familiar with like archipelago based stuff. Does it randomize
the randomizer components would add I could get any stage from Mario World or Mario 3, and the power-ups could be randomized within them as well. So if I add that to like, a regular Mario 1, regular Mario, both Mario 2s, but then kind of jazz it up a little bit with maybe like the randomizers, I feel like that might be fun. Well, my version of fun. Some people might not consider that as fun.
Struggling.
But I think it would be a lot of fun. Get out of here, Chuck. I should have called him Charles since I'm calling the Bullet Bills William. You know what? I'm not the super player. No, who's super? You, chat, for raising all of this wonderful money for a fantastic cause. Thank you so much again for donating towards Special World. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, y'all. And just to remind y'all, your donations are going towards Point of Pride, which is a trans-led 501c that have served tens of thousands of people in all 50 states and 100+ countries by providing access to gender-affirming health and wellness services. So your generosity is going a long way for supporting individual lives and direct action. So again, thank you so much.
And here's our finale. So again, I do want to warn you all again, remember that the fight for Bowser, it's not a rapid flickering, but there's still going to be some flashing in the final fight. So again, just wanted to give a real quick heads up for that. We're not doing cave kill here, so it's going to be a little more prolonged than usual. I bet you Oz could still do cave kill though. It's been a long time for me. I actually don't know the last time I saw you do cave kill. It's been a little while, but it's also, you ran WMS, for instance, so I wouldn't expect that to have a cave kill in it.
I did cave kill in WMS.
You did? Okay. I believe you're right. But yeah, Oth ran this game, but backwards, so that, or like a mirrored mode, if you will, for WMS back at AGDQ. It was a brilliant run. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
That just sounds so wrong. Like the idea of playing a Mario game, but you move from right to left. That just...
It wasn't just mirrored, it's like the stages themselves are reversed. You start at the end of the level and the goal was placed back at the beginning of it. It's a pretty wild ROM hack.
And it's really difficult too. But the nice thing is I find it to be speedrunner friendly in the sense that the hardest levels are early. So like that's gonna be where your resets are anyways, right? So I find that component to be really nice. So So again, I just want to take the time while I'm fighting Bowser to thank Author Blues for doing commentary, thank Jaxler for hosting. It takes so much of everyone to bring this together. Tech working at Power Up with Pride, the organizers, the games committee, you all rock. Thank you so much for everything you all do for this, and just keep on rocking this marathon. I'm super proud of y'all for doing this. And Oth's just been very, very supportive of me, my identity, who I am. I don't know where I'd be without him, so I'm just very, very happy to have Oth in my life as well. Okay, bye. Bye, Mecha Koopa.
That
That's
Mecha
right.
Koopa's going on vacation.
Yeah.
I need my people. Or my people need me. Maybe both.
That's alright, we'll just get an extra ball phase, it's fine.
And so time will be coming up on final hit, correct?
Yes.
Yep, very soon.
The minute you see Peach.
Not, well,
Yeah.
maybe you see Peach after the last hit.
Yep. I should not be taking this Mecha Koopa, but I'm like, dang it! I missed that phase. I'm gonna at least attempt the hit here.
Well, it's good to have a friend.
Hey! It's been
Nice.
years since I got that. Let's go.
Here we go, time's coming up.
And time.
GG's. Awesome
you.
job.
Let's go! Again, big shout outs to Author Blues Jaxler, everyone working hard over there, Power Up with Pride, and also to my whole community. Thank you all so much for everything, and remember to keep loving each other beyond measure.
Absolutely. And to cap things off, I don't know if this is a reference from your community, but I want to make sure we had a $5 donation come in from the Wicked Witch of the West that just says "address me."
Heck yeah. No, that is. It is. It me. No, I cosplay as Alpha when I'm at events, so yeah.
Oh,
No,
that's
that makes sense.
awesome. I love that.
But yeah,
Well,
thank you so much.
Thank you for such a wonderful performance, and thank you so much for your insight. We are going to go ahead and take a quick break before we swap over to our next run. So thank you all so much for checking this run out, and we'll be back with you shortly. Once again, I want to give a huge shout out to Skybilz as well as Author Blues for such an amazing performance of that Mario All-Stars Shuffler run. If you're just tuning in, my name is Jaxler, and I will also be hosting for the Hollow Knight run that we'll be having coming up here in a little bit. If you're just tuning in, this is Power Up with Pride 2026, brought to you by the queer speedrunning community. This year, we are raising money for Point of Pride. Point of Pride is a trans-led and 501c3 nonprofit, and they have served tens of thousands of people in all 50 states and over 100 countries by providing access to gender-affirming health and wellness services. And they are currently celebrating their 10th year anniversary. In that time, they have raised nearly 6 million USD in support of their mission. They also provide a bunch of support programs through your donations like yours, such as their annual transgender surgery fund. This is a scholarship-like program that provides direct financial assistance to trans folks who cannot afford their gender-affirming surgery. Your contributions and support go to directly improving the lives of queer people across the world. And so far, we have raised $5,295 for Point of Pride's mission. Thank you all so much. If you'd like to contribute yourselves, we have a donation link either by scrolling down, or I'll link it here in a second with !donate. While I'm here, make sure while we're taking a break, y'all take a second to go ahead and stretch your legs, grab a sip of water or a snack, and make sure, if you need to, take your meds as well. I'm going to be taking a quick break myself, and then I'll be right back with you. Enjoy the music we got going on in the background. Y'all, this is Power Up with Pride 2026. We are running from June 5th through June 7th and benefiting Point of Pride. To find out more about who we're raising money for, you can find the link to their site in the panels below, or use !charity in chat to get a link. If you're interested in donating, you can type !donate in chat. You can find the schedule for some of our upcoming runs with !schedule, or see some of our donation incentives coming up with !incentives. The next run we have coming up is Hollow Knight All Grubs, All Glitches by the wonderful Agumon. And we're currently getting that set up, so stay tuned. All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to Power Up with Pride 2026, benefiting Point of Pride. Point of Pride is a 501c nonprofit. I might have gotten the number and the letter there mixed up. That is also trans-led and serves tens of thousands of people in all 50 states, as well as over 100 countries by providing access to gender-affirming health and wellness services. We're celebrating their 10-year anniversary this time around, and in that time, they have raised nearly $6 million in support of their mission to specifically help and directly impact lives in the queer community. If you're interested in supporting this mission as well, check out !donate. We've got a couple of incentives going on, especially our Name the Character incentive for Fallout 3 coming up right after this.